boxing fans? Chris Robinson here with Hall of Fame trainer Bob Arum. Bob, everybody's speculating about Manny Pacquiao's next opponent. Has it been kind of a mental burden, or has it been hard for you to try to iron this next opponent out?
Well, it was harder than, it's been harder than usual, because there were so many things to consider. But I think we're pretty well on our way to determining who it'll be, where it'll be, and the date. So I can't say anything, obviously, until we confirm everything with Manny.
Yeah.
But we're pretty well there.
And there have been talks about if it's Marquez, maybe in Mexico even. Is that?
There have been talks about that, and that's still a possibility, but fairly remote.
So it looking like
really
Las
remote.
Vegas.
Yeah, I would think that Manny Pacquiao fights belong in Las Vegas, and so I would say that it is true that in connection with Marquez, Mexico was considered as a venue. They have a beautiful, beautiful arena, but you can't pull out the same revenue from that arena as we've demonstrated you can do from either the MGM Grand or Thomas and Mack.
And have you gotten the terms yet from Miguel Cotto's team about what they would?
We have pretty well ironed everything out with his team, at least I believe that.
Okay.
And the question is, does Miguel want to fight Manny again at this time? And that we don't know, and Gabby is talking to Miguel.
Okay.
But it's no longer a money issue.
It's just the weight, you think?
No, that's not it. No issue.
Yeah.
Remember, Manny beat the hell out of him.
Yes.
And a fighter who gets the hell beat out of him by an opponent, if there are other options, may not want to fight the same guy.
Okay. And about Timothy Bradley, is he kind of a dark horse still at this point? And if so, any ideas on?
He's right up there. He's right in there. I met with Timothy and his wife in Los Angeles for the October 13th press conference, and we had a nice discussion.
Okay. And that October 13th card, I mean, I heard it's selling pretty well so far.
Very well. I mean, we're knock wood. The September 15th card has been brilliant. We have around 1,000 seats left in the balcony, and everything else is totally sold out. Totally sold out. I mean, this has been a real shocker for me, how quick it sold out. And, we're already opening up closed circuit at the Wynn, at the Encore Theater, and at a ballroom. I mean, you cannot, for love or money, buy a ticket in the lower bowl at Thomas and Mack. You can't.
And if, Pacquiao's fight does get moved to December, that would mean...
Pacquiao fight is not fighting in November. That's a given. He is not fighting in November.
But you still have the MGM on hold for November 10th, right, for a show?
But maybe for a show, yeah.
So, but you would have to think of, new faces for that show then?
Well, Manny can only fight one guy.
Yeah.
And that leads either one or two other people.
Do you have any personal thoughts on, say, if Tim Bradley fights Marquez? Some people have talked about that. I mean, is that
Now, if Pacquiao ends up fighting Cotto, then Bradley and Marquez have agreed to fight each other.
Okay, thanks a lot.
If Pacquiao fights Marquez again, what are the chances of maybe Bradley and Cotto? I know Bradley said he'd be interested in that fight.
We presented all the options to everybody. Bradley is totally on board to fight Cotto, but Cotto may be looking for a very easy fight in December.
Okay.
You think maybe because he's coming off the loss to Mayweather?
Yeah, because look at Cotto's career. That's what Gabby said to me. After he lost to Margarito, he did a transition fight with Jennings, which wasn't very competitive. And after he lost to Manny, he did a fight with Yuri Foreman.
I read Robert Morales of BoxingScene.com had a piece where you had talked to 50 Cent.
No, that is not. If you read the piece,
Okay.
he is absolutely wrong. I have never spoken to 50 Cent in my life.
Okay.
In my life.
Okay.
However, I said we have spoken. I don't refer to myself as we. There's other people on the Pacquiao team who assuredly have talked with 50 Cent. I have never talked to 50 Cent.
It sounds like Floyd Mayweather, he's flirting with the idea of doing WrestleMania 29, kind of. Do you think his heart's still in boxing? You think he's going to be coming back?
I have no idea, but you got to give him some, you know, he has spent a horrible 60 days in prison, and once you do that, you really don't want to go into serious training for a big fight right away. And there's no real incentive on his part to go in right away. In other words, if Manny is successful, whomever he fights this year, I think that Floyd realizes, and Manny does, that the first fight they should do next year is against each other.
All right, Bob. Thanks a lot.
And
but I don't know. That's what I feel.
You had some undercard fights already set up, like the Vanes Martirosyan and Erislandy Lara.
Excuse me?
You had some fights with Vanes Martirosyan and Erislandy Lara.
Yeah, that would be. We would do that on a November 10th date.
Okay, it would stay
so
on that
if
card.
we don't have a big fight on November 10th, we are talking to HBO about a Boxing After Dark, which would be on November 10th because it's freed up.
Yeah.
And we could do Garcia and Salido and Vanes and Lara.
Okay. Would that still be at the MGM, or where would that be?
Not necessarily. Okay. I mean, I think that card wouldn't really fit in a big venue like the MGM. But, there are other places where we could put it.
Exactly. Right. Thank you.